Hello, Dylan. How are you?
I'm good, Rama. How about yourself?
Good, good, good. Congratulations on LAROY, Texas, arriving in theaters and on demand April 12th. Dylan, let me start by asking you how you joined this project because I talked to your co-star John Magaro last week and he told me basically he had something to do with you joining LAROY, Texas. How did that come to be?
I've known John for a long time, and we'd gotten into a poker game, and he owed me 25 bucks, and this was his payment, basically. Uh, now, John and I, we did a Broadway play together, and we've known each other for a long time. I think he is so freaking talented, and when he called me up about this. I read the script and knowing that John Magaro was going to play that one part and knowing that Steve Zahn was going to play that other part, I can't imagine two other guys playing those roles. They were so perfect. And the role of Harry spoke to me. I thought, yes, 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 I have to do this.
Now, Dylan, I've been a big fan of yours for years. I've seen your work over the years, and maybe I'm missing a title or two, but the last time I remember you were scary on screen was on that TV show Hunters. And so now you play another scary, intimidating character, a hitman in LaRoy, Texas. What was that like for you embodying this assassin named Harry? What was your process like?
Well, I prefer to think of the roles I play as misunderstood rather than scary or mean or bad. Uh, I think pursuing Harry was easy. I think that first scene in the script, the first scene in the movie, really embodies everything, the whole journey of Harry, because he, at the same time that he's a hitman, that he has a job to do, and I think he's a lunch pail go to work 9 to 5 kind of hitman where just give me the thing and I'll do it. It's totally dispassionate and it doesn't affect my home life. It doesn't affect me as a person. But then you see him trying to interact in his normal life and it has affected him in deep dark ways that he's not aware of. There's a shade over his personal life that he's not even aware of, and that to me is hilarious and also terrifying. So it's what I really like about the film as a whole. But
Yeah, actually goes to my next question because some actors, when they play dark actors like Harry, they find it challenging to unmask after the filming was over. Did you find that same difficulty, or is that something that you don't usually get method about?
I've never believed in the method. I see no reason to go home and sleep in a bed. I am this other person. I am this other person. I think as an actor, it may be my shortcoming, but I really wanted to enjoy being on set with Steve Zahn and John Magaro and all of these different fantastic actors. And just being Harry the whole time by myself did not interest me at all. I think I like as an actor, and what I've always done is to try and get everything out rather than hold on to it. And so that I can be like that the next time. But each scene that you do, or if you're doing a play, get it all out on stage, get it all out in front of the camera. Every single idea that you have, go firing off. And the director will tell you, well, I don't think that's the right, but this is great. Can you explore that? Go that way until you really find the thing and everybody is satisfied and everybody's excited about it, and then you can feel like oh, I've done it, and now put the time card in the machine. You're done with your day, and you can leave all that behind.
No, when playing a villain like the guy on Hunters and Harry, there's a risk, right? That where it can get caricature, if you will, or over the top. So did you try to find humanity in Harry, or was that, like you said, that just a 9 to 5 kind of guy?
Oh, I think they're not necessarily two different things. I think the important thing is to find the humanity, to
Mm.
find the good person in the middle of whatever it is, even in Hunters, and this guy that is doing anything to protect his life, protect himself, that somehow you've got to find that he, in his mind, is doing good for the world, not just for himself, but definitely for himself, for people he loves. And that guy, I don't know if he loves anybody, but he is the most important thing for the world is that he stays alive. So
Mm.
whatever he can do to keep himself going, no matter what he has to do, is right. Because I think otherwise you get into that villain who just enjoys killing for killing's sake. And I think that gets pretty tired pretty soon. Like you say, I mean, the actors that do that, I think they're missing the boat if they enjoy it or they find a character that they separate themselves from it. It's like I'm playing somebody that does this. No, you've got to embrace it. It is me wanting to do this,
Mm.
and that's another reason why you leave it on set. You don't bring it home, I think.
When Dylan, when you first read Shane's script, Shane Atkinson, of course, is the writer director of LAROY, Texas. Did you get that Fargo meets No Country for Old Men vibe when you read that script? Was that part of what drew you in?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I've always loved the Coen brothers. I think their stuff is amazing. Each of their films explores in a different way, and just some of their films is in this genre of like people in desperate, passionate situations that are so small. I mean, their lives are so nobody else would even know this was going on, but within their lives, it's the most important thing in the world, and it's why those passions blow up in their faces and things happen. I loved that, but I also loved that Harry is a guy that has no idea that any of this stuff is going on and has to confront it all head on so that he comes in not knowing what he's going to find and just has to learn the lay of the land and react to it appropriately. And
Mm.
when he gets stiffed for his payment, he's got to do everything he can to find out where it is, deal with the people that's stopping him from getting that payment, and collecting. So it's a process, and I loved every aspect of that. And I have to say, I think Shane Atkinson has got a real feel, a real texture to these characters, and I'm very excited to see where he goes next. I can't imagine, where he'd be interested in writing, but I'd love to see it.
Now, on that same note, this is, by the way, Shane's feature-length film directorial debut. You, Dylan, have worked with several notable filmmakers over the years, including Sam Raimi. So, what was that experience like working with a first-time film director like Shane, and what makes that collaboration worthwhile for you as an actor?
Well, I think the biggest thing when it's a newbie director, whether they how they first collaborate with you, because you come to set and you say, well, let's get a few questions out of the way. And Shane absolutely liked some things I had to say, but he didn't like other things I had to say. And there was a part of me that was testing him out. I think, well, maybe it's over this way, and he knew what he wanted. So that made me feel comfortable because he knew what he wanted and he knew how to get it, and he did get it. And you can see it in the film. I mean, it really is an amazing achievement, I think, for a first time director. And it's not easy to get it that funny. Funny is the hardest thing in the world to achieve, and he really achieved. I mean, he started with casting really incredible people, not just John Magaro and Steve Zahn, but really throughout. There's character actors throughout who just knock it out of the park. So
And lastly, I can't let you go without asking you this, and I don't know when I'll get another opportunity to talk with you, so I hope you don't mind me asking you this. This question has been occupying my head for the past 2 decades. You played Dr. Kurt Connors in Spider-Man 2, but that character never got realized into the Lizard. We, the fans, wanted to see you as the Lizard, but that never happened. Did you feel that that was a missed opportunity on Sony's part for not going in that direction in terms of that character? Do you often look back on that, pondering that with would've, should've, could've? What went wrong there?
Well, you can't spend your whole life going, oh, I wish I could have played the lizard. But there's a little part of me that does. Let me tell you. I mean, I'm good friends with Alfred Molina, and the fact that he got to do Doc Ock and the whole thing and create that, the thought of being able to do that with Sam Raimi, yes, that would have been incredible. And I know that he had that in his vision. He talked about it all the time, that when we got to the lizard, so that setting things in motion, and this, it should be here, it should be here, and there's, what is it about Dr. Connors that leads him in that way, and what is it that we, start setting up along the way. So I know he would have done an incredibly nuanced, layered blueprint for Dr. Connors becoming the lizard. Yes. Okay, yes, I do think about it every single day.
But you're okay now. You're awesome. You're still cool. So for my fans at home, everybody go check out LAROY Texas, arriving in theaters and on demand April 12th. Dylan, I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you for talking to me and congratulations.
Thank you, Rama. I really appreciate talking to you.